Welcome to Math with Mr. Strands. This is Matthew C, Lesson 6, Pre-Algebra. We're going to be talking about some exponents, place value, and things like that. So let's look at 6a. Label the diagrams in base 10. The first one has been done for you. Okay, so 10 squared, right? So imagine that there were 100 blocks, right? Just like we did in the last lesson. So 10 squared. So that is 10, right? If there's 10 going across, there's 10 down, that would be 10 squared. Okay, so the next picture is just one stick, right? So if we acted like there were 10 units on here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? That is just going to be 10 to the first power, meaning that there are 10 units. And then the last one, this would be 10 to the 0 power. Anything to the 0 power is going to be 1. There's one single unit there, so 10 to the 0 power. All right, next group, fill in the missing place names under the lines. We can see that there is a tiny little decimal right here. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so let's start to the left of the decimal. The first spot after the decimal is going to be the ones place. Okay, then they filled in the tens place for us. After that, we're going to have the hundreds place. And before that, we're going to have the thousands place. Okay, to the right of the decimal, right after the decimal, we don't have a ones place. There's no ones place after the decimal. The smallest after the decimal is going to be the 1/10th, right? T-E-N-T-H. They all end in T-H, 10th. We have 100th. After that, we're going to have 1,000th. After that, we're going to have 1/10,000th. Okay, and then after that, we would have 100th. I know they don't have those on your paper, but I just wanted to show you that's how far it goes. After that would be the 1,000,000th. Okay. Next group, fill in the blanks. So they just want you to solve these, I think. So 10 squared, 10 times 10 would be 100. Number 4, 10 to the power of 1 would just be 10. Number 5, 10 times 10 times 10, right? This would be 10 times 10 times 10. How many zeros do we have? Well, we got 3 zeros, so you're going to put 3 zeros on here, which would be 1,000. Okay, number 6, they want you to write in the exponent. So 10,000 equals 10 to what power? Well, how many zeros do you have? You got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'd be 10 to the 4th power. Okay, number 7, 1,000 equals 10 to what power? Well, there's 3 zeros, so we know it's 10 to the 3rd power. And then number 8, 1/10th equals 1/10 to the 1st power. All right, write the number in expanded notation and then in exponential notation. The first two have been done for us, so we're going to skip number 9 and 10. We're going to go down to number 11. Let's do expanded notation first. So if we do expanded, what that means is we're going to do 1 times 1,000, because the 1 is in the thousands place, plus 4 times 100, because the 4 is in the hundreds place. Okay, we're going to do plus 0 times 10, because the 0 is in the tens place. And then lastly, 9 times 1. And that's expanded form. Now they want us to do it in exponential form with exponents. Okay, so we're going to have 1 times 10 to the 3rd power, because that is 1,000, right? That represents the number 1,000, plus 4 times 10 to the 2nd power. 10 to the 2nd power represents 100. So really we're saying 4 times 100, which would give us this 400 right here. Okay. Oops. Okay, next we're going to have 0 times 10 to the 1st power, which would still be 0. And then lastly, we're going to have 9 times 10 to the 0 power. This is basically the same thing as saying 9 times 1, which is 9. Okay, so there is exponential notation. Okay, next group, express in standard or decimal notation. When they say that, they just want you to write out the number. So we would have 8,000, because 8 times 1,000 is 8,403. There's nothing in the tens place because they skip the tens. They go from 100s down to ones. So 8,403. Okay, number 14, we got 7 times 10,000 plus 6 times 10 plus 4 times 1 over 100. Okay, so when we start seeing fractions here at the end, that means that you're going to have a decimal in your answer. So 7 times 10,000 is going to give us 70,000. Okay, plus 6 times 10 is going to give us 60. So there's nothing in the hundreds place. But we have 60 in the tens place. We have nothing in the ones place. Okay, now we have a fraction. 4 times 1 over 100 means I'm going to have a decimal. Okay, and the hundreds place means it's going to be the second one. So there's nothing in the tens place. And then there's going to be a 4 in the hundreds place. All right, number 15. We have 4 times 10 to the third, which represents the number 4,000. 9 times 10 to the second represents 900. 6 times 10 to the first represents 60. And 2 times 10 to the 0 represents 2. So 4,962. Okay, number 16. 3 times 10 to the third is going to be 3,000. 5 times 10 to the second is going to represent 500. 3 times 10 to the first, okay, is going to represent 30. And then there's nothing in the ones place, so we're going to put a 0 there. 3 times 1 over 10 to the first power, so that's the 10th place, which is the first spot after the decimal. And there's your number, 3,530 and 3/10. Okay, then number 17 has been done for us, so we go to number 18, $3.27. They just want us to fill in this pretty simple little example here. So how many dollars? Well, you can see that there's going to be $3. How many dimes? Each dime is worth 10 cents, so we have 2 of them. So 2 dimes represents 20 cents. And then we have 7 pennies. Okay, all together, that's going to be $3, 20 cents, 7 pennies. All together, that's $3.27. That's all they want you to do on that one. All right, that is Matthew C, Pre-Algebra, Lesson 5.